Have you ever given any thought to what actually occurs when a narcissist tries to ruin you and is confronted by something bigger than themselves? Simple to feel ensnared in their web of deceit, manipulation, and emotional ruin, but what if I told you that something significant is going on in the background? There is more to the fight against narcissistic abuse than psychology and feelings. It is a spiritual conflict that frequently results in timely divine intervention. The universe doesn't stand by and do nothing when a narcissist attacks you with their constant manipulation, gaslighting, cruelty, and desire to see you fail. We repeatedly witness the intervention of divine forces, which change the course of events in ways that no one could have foreseen. Sometimes the assistance is so subtle that you are unaware it was supernatural intervention until you look back. Other times the assistance is evident. One thing is for sure though, you are never really alone when you are under attack from someone who enjoys causing havoc. We're going to learn about something really strong in today's video. God sends 5 angels to help you when a narcissist attempts to break you. Now, don't assume that these angels will always have halos and wings. They don't always seem as luminous celestial creatures. Rather, they frequently show up in much more familiar ways, through people, life-altering experiences, epiphanies, and unanticipated benefits that drastically change the course of your life. Whether these divine messengers show up in subtle ways or in ways that rock your world, one thing is certain. They always show up just when you need them most. It's crucial that you watch this video through to the finish because the message I'm about to deliver could completely alter how you view your own recovery process. Even if you weren't aware of it at the time, you may start to see that divine intervention has already been at work in your life, helping you escape the narcissist's hold. In actuality, the cosmos makes sure that individuals who attempt to hurt other people never really prevail. Additionally, you will never view your difficulties in the same way after you have learned to detect the indications of heavenly protection. Please support this message by liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with anybody you think would benefit from hearing it before we start. By raising awareness, you never know whose life you might be able to improve. Let's now explore this amazing subject in greater detail and see how divine forces intervene when a narcissist is out to destroy you. A narcissist thrives on the delusion that you are weak, defenseless, and incapable of escaping when they think they have you completely under control. Their self-confidence stems from their belief that they have effectively tricked you into questioning your reality, yourself, and even your value. However, they are oblivious to the fact that there are forces at play that are bigger than themselves. There is no amount of violence, deceit, or manipulation that can prevent the divine from intervening. Evil is never permitted to flourish unfettered by God. You are not alone, even when it seems like the narcissist is winning and you are at your lowest point and it appears like there is no way out. Cosmos is working in your favor, even if you can't see it at first or even know it's occurring. One thing is certain, whether you believe in guardian angels, divine intervention, or just the power of truth coming to light at the appropriate time. There are invisible forces watching over you, guiding you, and getting you ready for the day when you finally break free. The angel of revelation is the first angel that God sends under these circumstances. When the delusion the narcissist has created around you begins to fall apart, this angel shows up to reveal the truth. You may initially oppose it. You may still attempt to defend their actions, offer justifications, or persuade yourself that things aren't as terrible as they appear. Then, however, something shifts. You start to see more clearly as the blindfold starts to come off. This realization doesn't always occur as you anticipate. Sometimes it occurs in a quick, unavoidable moment. Perhaps you find concrete evidence of their deceit, lies, or betrayals, which makes it hard to continue acting the part. In other cases, it occurs gradually when a series of indisputable facts begin to accumulate to the point where they are impossible to ignore. You might have a flash of insight when you realize that the narcissist's activities have all been a game of control, Or you might have a trustworthy friend point out patterns you hadn't noticed previously. You can never unsee the narcissist once you see them for who they really are, regardless of how this realization strikes you. They begin to lose their ability to manipulate you. You are not as affected by what they say. They have lost their charm. You suddenly realize the reality that has always existed but has been concealed from you, as though a curtain has been lifted. Not only does this angel of revelation help you recognize the narcissist for what they are, but it also helps you see yourself clearly. You begin to understand that you are strong, valuable, and deserving of better. The narcissist's hold on you will never be the same after you take this initial step toward liberation. The angel of strength is the second angel. When it seems impossible to set boundaries, when leaving a narcissist feels overwhelming, and when regaining your power seems like an uphill battle, this angel arrives just when you need it most. It can be more difficult to break free mentally and emotionally from a narcissist than it is to physically leave them. The angel of strength comes to remind you of an important fact. You are strong and resilient enough to go through even the most trying times. Not all of this strength manifests itself in large, overt ways. Sometimes it's a sudden understanding that you deserve more, a silent but strong decision to quit putting up with abuse, or a mental change that stops letting the narcissist's comments define who you are. Sometimes this angel works via unexpected people. For example, you might find a book, a video, or a message that rekindles your inner fire, or a close friend or even a complete stranger may provide words of encouragement at the perfect time. The narcissist detects this strength right away when it begins to develop in you. They are terrified because they realize they are losing control over you. They panic, frantically employing their go-to strategies to restore control. They may start showering you with praise, offer phony excuses, and make vows to change all of a sudden. If that fails, they may turn to victimization and guilt, holding you accountable for their pain. Truth is, though, that you start to see through their strategies as soon as the angel of strength shows up. You no longer feel the same way about the things that used to make you doubt yourself. Their tactics become less effective when you begin to see your worth. The angel of disruption is the third angel. This angel can initially appear more like a harsh twist of fate than a boon. Loss is a common way that disruption manifests itself. The narcissist may abruptly and unexpectedly leave you feeling sad, confused, and abandoned. Perhaps a long-standing friendship ends, you lose your job, or you are suddenly compelled to relocate. These interruptions may seem inflicted, unjust, or even disastrous. You might wonder why things had to happen this way when it seems like everything is falling apart around you. However, as time goes on, you realize that these incidents were really acts of heavenly protection. In reality, what seemed like bad luck was a necessary break from harmful patterns. Although the narcissist may have abandoned you, they actually set you free. You lost that job? You were never genuinely appreciated there. The friendship that didn't last? You didn't understand how much it was draining you. The unexpected action? It was an attempt to create a fresh setting in which you could actually recover. Even if you don't instantly understand why something is there, the angel of disruption makes sure that anything that isn't intended for you gets taken away. Breaks the bonds that were keeping you back by forcing the separation that you might have been too scared to make on your own. In retrospect, you realize that every setback steered you in the direction of something better, even though it might not seem like a godsend while you're in the midst of the storm. Created room for genuine healing, genuine relationships, and the autonomy to start again on your own terms. The narcissist's hold is further weakened when you have both the angel of strength and the angel of disruption at your side. Fear, manipulation, or a fictitious sense of duty no longer govern you. Rather, you enter a new world where you start to genuinely take back your life and lose their control over you. The angel of restoration is the fourth angel. can seem impossible to heal from the severe wounds caused by narcissistic abuse. The emotional wounds may appear too severe, the damage too extensive, and the fatigue too much to bear. But healing is not only possible, it is certain, regardless of how shattered you feel. God doesn't leave scars unhealed. You will eventually regain the things that were taken from you, including your joy, confidence, and sense of self. The angel of restoration operates in the background, frequently without your initial awareness. Little moments are where it all starts. One morning, you may wake up feeling slightly lighter than you did the day before. Maybe something that you would have previously overlooked makes you chuckle again, even if only briefly. You gradually begin to rediscover the person you were before the narcissist sapped your energy. You recall the things that used to make you happy, the interests, pastimes, and aspirations that were set aside. You gradually get your vitality back. You begin to draw in individuals who truly care about you and who encourage you rather than depress you. You start to surround yourself with love, support, and kindness instead of control and manipulation. This angel also serves as a potent reminder that your past trauma does not determine who you are. Your capacity to overcome it is what makes you unique. The narcissist wanted you to think that you were worthless without them, that you were weak, and that you would never get better. However, they were mistaken. You discover that you are stronger than before when you recover. You are growing into a more self-aware, resilient, and wiser person. You are rebuilding, and the narcissist is disintegrating. Truth is that when a narcissist has no victim to manipulate, they are forced to confront their own emptiness, which they have been avoiding their entire lives. They get their energy, attention, and approval from others, which helps them fill the vacuum inside of them. But when you're gone, when you've really escaped, they won't have anything to eat. They rush to find a fresh supply, but they know in their hearts that nothing is permanent. They are spinning, caught in a vicious cycle of their own design while you are rediscovering yourself, life, and peace. The angel of divine justice is the fifth and last angel. Even if they are unaware of it, narcissists are most afraid of this angel. Narcissists live their lives thinking they can control, deceive, take advantage of, and ruin without ever being held accountable. They believe that they are above the law, that they can act cruelly without consequence, and that the suffering they cause to others will never be returned to them. However, they overlook the fact that justice, true justice, functions at a higher level. God prevents cruelty from going unpunished. In the short term, the narcissist may think they are avoiding repercussions, but divine justice always finds a way. And it is indisputable when it does. It's not only thunder and lightning that brings this justice. It might not happen right away or in the manner they had anticipated. But it's for sure. When the people they once controlled realize their deceit and leave, it manifests as strained relationships. Manifests as missed opportunities as their reputation starts to deteriorate due to their own behavior. Manifests as loneliness since they feel alone and empty due to their incapacity to build genuine relationships. You find something they never will, peace, while they confront the truth of their own demise. You go with a renewed feeling of purpose, a profound inner strength, and the knowledge that you were never really fighting this struggle alone. You were always accompanied by divine energies that led you to the freedom you currently enjoy, protected you, and guided you. Even though the narcissist attempted to shatter you, they ultimately succeeded only in exposing your resilience. And it is that strength that propels you into a future unencumbered by them. I want you to keep in mind this crucial fact if you have ever felt lost, abandoned, or exhausted in your fight against a narcissist. You are never alone. Know that there is always spiritual protection, even during your darkest hours when it seems like no one can relate to your suffering or your fight. Everything is visible to God. Not a single tear, grief, or moment of misery is overlooked. Even if you don't fully get it yet, there is a greater plan at work. Recovering from narcissistic abuse can be a draining experience. Sometimes it can feel that the narcissist is in charge, that their manipulations will never stop, and that you will never be able to completely break free from their toxic influence. However, that is untrue. In actuality, you might not even be aware of it yet, but you are being strengthened, protected, and guided. Revelation, strength, disruption, restoration, and divine justice are not merely theoretical concepts. They are actual forces at work in your life, guiding you toward healing, freedom, and a day when the suffering they inflicted won't hold you back. Despite the narcissist's best efforts to blind you with lies, the angel of revelation helps you see the truth for what it is. Even in moments of weakness or fear, the angel of strength provides you the strength to overcome. Even if it hurts in the time, the angel of disruption shakes things up by taking away things that are not meant for you. After so much has been taken from you, the angel of restoration helps you reconstruct, piece by piece, and resurrect yourself. Lastly, the narcissist is prevented from continuing to flourish in their ruin eternally by the angel of divine justice. Nobody is exempt from the repercussions of their behavior. Know that you are already on your way to something greater, even if you are still in the middle of this adventure. Every step you take, no matter how tiny, moves you closer to the life you deserve and away from their grip. Even when it doesn't feel like it, you are getting better. Even if the improvement seems gradual, you are still growing. Above all, you are never ever by yourself during this process. We appreciate your presence and your participation in this amazing community. Your path is important. Your voice counts. I encourage you to like this video, subscribe for more updates, and leave a comment if this message spoke to you. Have you ever had a therapeutic encounter with one of these angels? Have you had any experiences when it appeared like God intervened right when you needed it most? As we continue to develop, learn, and escape harmful cycles, let's encourage and support one another. You underestimate your strength. You don't know how resilient you are. And you are always under heavenly protection. Keep fortunate, keep strong, and never forget that you are never alone till the next time.